All right, everybody, welcome to BO Boys for Sunday, November 23rd. Fuck it, it's a raw feed. We're doing it live in studio. I'm Clayton.
Yeah, I'm Pat. Clayton, the box office is back, as big as it's been all year. This is so exciting.
Pat, is it back for good?
You know what? Thank you. I'm going to say this because we are YouTubers. Hey, guys, I'm going to say this directly into camera. Thank you, cast and crew of Wicked for Good, for what you have done this weekend. I as we lead into Thanksgiving week, I feel nothing but thankful.
Yes.
For Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, John M. Chu, and the rest. Mark Platt, Ben Platt's dad. Thank you, Ben Platt's dad, for producing the movie Wicked for Good.
Yeah, he never gets enough credit.
No. We have to lead off in the first 30 seconds of this show, and I'm sure everyone will be fine with having thanked Ben Platt's dad for whatever it is he did this weekend. Wicked for Good. Thank you. So, Clayton, can you give us a thankful plow for the box office weekend of Friday, November 21st?
Mm-hmm. I'd been holding space to do a plow.
Do we do this plow while holding each other's fingernails the entire time?
We're just so far away.
We're so far away, and we should have.
I cut my nails.
Yeah, me too.
Well, let's be honest, I bit my nails.
Yeah. See, that's a big problem. I never cared about, your tics, your biting your nails until now. But now that you could have had long, luxurious nails I could have held.
Yeah.
Now I wish you didn't bite your nails.
Well, but let's do a plow, top 5 plow.
Right.
With gratitude.
Yes, with gratitude. Holding space.
Wicked for Good made $150 million in its first weekend of release. Number 2, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, made $9.1 million, down 57%. No theater change. It's at $36.8 million in its second weekend of release. Number 3, Predator Badlands made $6.2 million, down 51%. It hemorrhaged theaters, losing $625 in its third weekend. It's at $76.2 million. Number 4, The Running Man, $5.8 million, down 65%. No theater change. It's at $27 million in its second weekend of release. And here's a shocking one.
Mm-hmm.
Rental Family, $3.3 million in only 1,925 theaters. So 3.3 in its first weekend. And that's your top 5 now. We'll go down to 8, which is what we thought was going to be number 5.
Yeah.
Nuremberg is at 1.1 million, down 53%, losing 820 theaters.
That's a lot of theaters.
It's at 10.9 million cumulative after 3 weeks. So Nuremberg not going to set the theater on fire, and it looks like it's because it's just not in enough theaters anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't have a studio that could fight for it to keep those theaters.
Yeah.
Because it got a lot of screens because it debuted on a week where there weren't, because this is weekend 3. Mm-hmm. So a couple of weeks ago, theaters were desperate to get new product in there.
Yeah.
And
now they're making way for Wicked.
They're holding space for Wicked, and they know Zootopia is coming. So Nuremberg is no longer a priority.
Yes.
For these theaters. And what is the distributor of it?
It was Sony.
It was Sony Pictures Classic. Okay. Yeah. So Sony's got, that's one of the big studios. So I am then a little surprised that Sony couldn't have fought harder on behalf of Nuremberg.
Well, they did release
some of these screens.
In number 6, Siso Road to Revenge was also a Sony Pictures movie.
Oh.
2.6 million in its first weekend. So Sony had something else.
That's the culprit then.
Yeah.
So if you're Russell Crowe,
mm-hmm.
and obviously he's been trying to deal with his anger issues for years, the whole throwing the phone thing, I think really screwed him.
Yep.
We could look back now, and I think that's a turning point when he threw that phone in his.
But is it really his fault? Should phones have ever become cordless?
He would have, even if he would have ripped it right off
Ripped it
the
right
wall.
out. Okay.
You're probably right. He had access to a throwable phone because of the invention of flip phones.
Yeah.
But
Because otherwise, even in anger, I would think, oh, this thing's going to come back at me.
like a boomerang,
And,
yeah.
and so that I also think teaches you about anger and its repercussions is that if you come into something with anger, you will be received with anger.
Yeah.
And so it'll come back to you. But now with cellular phones, you can't learn a lesson from throwing a cellular phone. You're like, I either hit the person or I didn't.
Right. You throw it and then there's no repercussions.
No, it's simplified in a way that's bad for us. We need to learn lessons.
I mean, see, this is where I wish that we had a full-time, just a researcher who was sitting right over here, who was like, right there.
Yeah.
Who could just immediately look up, was it a cell phone or was it a old-fashioned corded on a desk phone that Russell Crowe threw at was it a hotel desk clerk, I think. He might have actually had a corded phone that he wrapped around the guy's neck and choked him with it.
Yes.
That might have been the situation.
Let me look up Russell Crowe phone, and I feel like it would have to show
First
up.
thing. It would be so weird if Russell Crowe phone as a Google search turned up anything ahead of when he hit someone with a phone.
Well, I want to see if it is on eBay, number one, because I would buy that.
That would be great for if you're
your
watching
Christmas
on
present.
YouTube. Well, it would be great for my Christmas present, and it would be great to put on the set. Because if you're watching the BO Boys on YouTube, which of course is how you have to watch it now,
Mm-hmm.
and we had the famous Russell Crowe phone, it'd go right over here.
Yes.
I would take
behind you.
behind me. I take
Okay.
this plant and I throw it and I put the Russell Crowe phone there. All to say, Russell Crowe, infamous anger issues that have some way derailed his career. That and the sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two big things that hurt his star power. Does Russell Crowe direct his current anger towards Siso Part 2?
I think so. I would.
Because that is probably the movie where Sony negotiated, let's give Siso some of these Nuremberg screens.
And Sisu, the first one, to me, I mean, I never saw it. People liked it. I don't know how well it even did at the box office.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I remember it doing okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a runaway hit, but it's probably such a cheap enough movie to produce
Yeah.
that it made its profit. It was worth doing a second one. And I think this one seems like it's doing better. I don't think the first Sisu movie opened up this high at the box office.
I don't remember doing that.
So let's see, Sisu 2023. And of course, all of the new listeners who came to this episode because they were huge Wicked fans and they're like, oh, Wicked came up in this search. Let me listen to this podcast that's all about Wicked. Thank you. I'm sure the thing you're most excited about is the first 20 minutes of this podcast being about Sisu Part 2.
Well, we talked about Russell Crowe hitting someone with a phone.
Oh, they love that. And then they're like, yes, I want Sisu talk. But I'm looking at it here. Box office Sisu in 2023 opened to 3.3 million.
Okay, so it opened higher.
So, and ended up legging out to 7.2 million.
Okay, so it looks like this will not make as much.
Not make as much. Yeah, there are some original Sisu fans who seems to have passed in the last 2 years.
That's the most likely scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that they didn't really love the first one and had no interest in the second.
They passed on from this mortal coil.
Yeah. Yeah. That movie was also a late April opener in 2023. Probably didn't have as much competition opening the same weekend now as Wicked for Good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we will get a 3? Now, Sisu, is it about a dog or it's about a guy who's after a dog? Because again, I haven't seen.
It's
either.
about a guy who owns a dog, I think.
It's a guy who owns a dog.
Does he own a dog? Is a dog a big deal in the Sisu universe?
I think
he's
so.
like a Nazi killer. I think that's the big thing is he's a guy who kills Nazis.
Oh, man. So then this Sisu Nuremberg thing goes deeper than we thought.
Yeah.
Because if Sisu is a Nazi killer and he's taking screens from Nuremberg, this is fictional life playing out in real life.
Yeah.
Because Sisu's like, yeah,
I'm killing Nuremberg.
I'm killing Nuremberg.
Yeah.
Which I guess, okay, so if Sisu's a Nazi killer,
Yeah.
he would be pro Nuremberg.
Yes.
He'd be into that happened because that's the trial of Nazis. Except he probably was like, they shouldn't even get a trial. Just let me loose.
Let me kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot. These Sony executives have had a weird couple of weeks releasing Nuremberg and Sisu Part 2 together.
Yeah.
And having to deal with all the politics around that. So, yeah, do you think that because of this drop in theaters, Russell Crowe still has any chance at an Oscar nom from Nuremberg?
I don't think so. People have talked about this movie as an old-fashioned sort of, this is how Oscar movies used to be. And I think that's exactly what it is. It's a movie that would have been a big Oscar player 10, 15 years ago. And now it's just antiquated.
Yeah.
Not that it's not the quality of the movie. I'm sure it's probably pretty good. You know, there's a lot of good actors in it, and Rami Malek. And so I'm not talking disparagingly, like a disparaging way about this movie. I just don't think it's going to do well commercially or awards wise. And I think the bigger thing for this movie would be awards wise.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't think it's happening.
It's not happening. And it's partially because of Sisu and his road to revenge.
So, yeah. So is the revenge, like, who are you revenging against?
He's revenging against just the existence of Nuremberg and Sisu being like, it should have just been me and my dog taking care of everything. I think, again, I've never seen the Sisu movies. I don't know if the Nuremberg trials become a focus of these Sisu movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. So listen, if you have seen the Sisu movies, comment below.
Yeah.
Let us know. Is this a crossover? Is this a Sony Pictures classic crossover situation? Maybe the Nuremberg characters are in Sisu Part 2.
Does it start right after Nuremberg? Is it a Saw situation where you find out that Sisu, they open the courtroom door at the end of the movie, and there's Sisu
with his dog. We think he has a dog.
Yeah.
Here's another one here that we thought would finish higher this week in the rankings. I think we were taking a shot in the dark there. Regretting You.
No, I don't think we did. I think we said Regretting You would not be would drop this weekend because of Wicked.
Because of Wicked.
Because that crossover. Although this is a movie, Regretting You, 1.5 down 59. It's at 47.
It'll get to 50 mil domestic.
And it was looked at as a disaster at first, and now it's done some business. It's kept the Colleen Hoover name in the ether.
In a positive way. Yeah. I think it sets the stage for, you've got the bigger Colleen Hoover adaptations in 2026. The one was it Anne Hathaway and someone else are in the same movie? There's a big one coming.
And then there is one before that is a smaller scale one akin to this one.
Okay. I think this sets it up that both of those would do well, and the Anne Hathaway one could be an easy $100 million domestic, huge event movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, Colleen Hoover is doing great.
Running Man, DOA. I mean, this thing's done.
It was next weekend, because this is only the second weekend, so probably legally the theaters couldn't banish this movie immediately. But next weekend, we are going to see just a giant loss of theaters for The Running Man.
We'll see a similar loss of theaters that Predator has. Because in its third weekend, it lost 625 theaters.
So Predator Badlands is now at 76 million. It just did 6 million for the weekend. So this is a movie that's going to get to domestically 80s for sure, possibly hit 90 when it's done. It might have 13.75 million left in it to get to 90.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a success, right? I know it had the big second weekend drop, but I think you can't look at 85 to 90 million domestic for a Predator movie and think that's anything but a success. You're tough. You don't like the Predator.
No, no. I'm trying to think about how to answer that question because I don't care enough about the Predator to like them or dislike them.
Mm-hmm.
I like the first movie that had Arnie in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the second movie because it shows you how terrible LA is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so those two stand by themselves. I really have not engaged too deeply with the other stuff. I did like Predators,
Mm-hmm.
the one with our faithful listener who is the best editor in Hollywood.
Yes, that's right. The editor of that movie is a super.
Well, no, one of the stars of that movie, who was also in that 70s show and of course edited the best version of prequels, is a fan of the show, has emailed us.
Yep.
And it was in that movie, so I watched that movie and enjoyed it.
Yep.
But I think that it's weird because at first there was the question, is this going to do well?
Mm-hmm.
And then it did better than everybody expected first weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Then it dropped hugely, and now it's dropping hugely again.
Well, 50% third weekend.
But
it's leveling out.
But the expectations here is like, we have something. And this is more now on the fence of, do we have something?
I mean, I think what they have is enough to keep doing what these are, which are mid-budget monster movies. You know, again, if this Predator movie is at 85 to 90 million domestic, it's to me a slam dunk. Obviously, you don't let the budgets get out of control. But
what happens with these franchises is that then they're like, oh, well, then let's up the amount of money we spend, and then this next movie might make more money, but the budget was so crazy that it doesn't matter.
I think the thing you don't do is the thing that's being rumored is you don't back up the Brinks truck to bring Arnie back for a Predator movie, because these Predator movies have a ceiling. Arnie, whether he's a cameo or a full-on co-star, isn't upping that ceiling.
No.
So there's no reason to pay. Listen, this first movie, it was Elle Fanning as your human being in it. Elle Fanning gets what Elle Fanning gets. You don't need to go above that for a cast member star in a Predator movie.
Well, because again, it didn't work for Dark Fate. What it would do, and I mentioned this, I believe, when the great podcast Jesus, Kirk Minahan, co-hosted this show,
Mm-hmm.
That Arnie becomes part of this franchise again, and in the next movie doesn't do well, guess whose legacy is tarnished?
Yes.
It's Arnie.
Yeah, we're sitting here, and we don't want to do it, but we have to do it. We're shitting all over Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I wouldn't do it.
I'd refuse it in a second. I would do it in a second.
I'd refuse to do it.
I would do it. I'm titling the episode Arnie's in Another Bomb.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
Arnie. That's the title of the YouTube episode, is these two. And it's a thumbnail where it's just me just taking a poop on an Arnie head, and it's, an AI Arnie.
Okay, this is like...
That's the thumbnail.
This is
100%.
way more work than you do for normal thumbnails, so I know you wouldn't do that.
But this is a couple of years from now. By then, I've got like a chat bot who's doing all this anyway, and that is the thumbnail. The thumbnail is full on cartoon me and you, because it's against your will. I'm putting you in the thumbnail, pooping on Arnie. The subject is fuck Arnie. He bombs again. That's the episode, and I don't want to do it. But of course I will, for the clicks and for the money that goes along with those clicks. And
just know that I'm a deep fake. If that ever happens, know that I'm a deep fake.
Yes, I mean, you will be just in general at that point in the show.
Replaced by a deep fake.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And we will go back to calling those deep fakes again.
Yeah.
By that point. But that's what happens if Arnie does a Predator movie and it bombs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he gets from us and all the other imitators.
You and a deep fake me. This, just to be clear.
Yeah. And we're talking, this is like 2027. It's not immediately.
Yeah. So long from now.
So that's what happens if Arnie does Predator Badlands Part 2. So I think you do these movies at this sensible budget. You don't spend for a big star. These movies don't need it. And you could keep cranking these out every couple of years. And I think, if you catch the right time on the schedule, maybe it does more money than this. I think this movie should have came out in October. That dead October, if it comes out like a week after Black Phone 2 and it gets 2 or 3 weekends on its own, it probably is made even more than what it's going to make now.
Yeah.
Where it ran into Now You See Me, Running Man, Wicked right away.
Which if it just ran into Running Man, which is a piss poor movie, which we've mentioned, it would at least have done a little bit better, because Now You See Me, Now You Don't wasn't there, which is what people wanted to see. I think that audience sort of splintered into 3 different factions.
Yeah.
And if you could have split the audience, I think more people would have seen Badlands because it had better hype and better word of mouth than Running Man.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think the Predator movies, you keep making them. Running Man we talked about, DOA. Let's read an email, actually, off of something we talked about last week with Running Man.
Great.
So we got an email from the great Sean the Alcoholic.
Cheers.
Cheers, Sean. Here, I'll hold up. You have to watch on YouTube, holding up. And, for the purpose of Sean, these are filled with booze.
Yeah.
So, Sean the Alcoholic, subject, director, prison. He writes, "Hey, guys, and welcome back, Pat." I'm glad he put that in there. He continues, "Great job by Clayton laying out the differences between jail and prison. You go to jail after a raucous night with the fellas. You go to prison when you take a fun concept and turn it into whatever the fuck this Running Man is. Just make a fun movie. Glad Richard Dawson isn't here to see this. Sean the Alcoholic. P.S. Do you think Richard Dawson is allowed to fondle women in heaven?" So that is something Sean asks. The lack of Richard Dawson in this movie. Now, we loved Coleman Domingo as the host of the game show.
Yeah.
Do you think there are still living Richard Dawson fans who would not go see this Running Man remake because Richard Dawson, who played the host in the original Family Feud's Richard Dawson, is no longer able to be in this movie? Do you think that was an issue with this box office, the lack of Richard Dawson?
Yeah, I mean, I think so for a certain... That's what you run into when you try to revitalize these IPs from the 80s, is that the young audience is going to be part of it, but also the nostalgia people are going to be driving business as well, because otherwise, why call it the Running Man? And yeah, I was explaining the Running Man to somebody last night, the original.
Okay.
And I said, it's an Arnie movie, and that was big. But what was even bigger was that Richard Dawson, who had been in Hogan's Heroes, so he was an actor, but he was more famous at the time for Family Feud and having been the linchpin of the match game. The person that everybody wanted to match with, smartest, cleverest, most charming contestant on that entire show. And
more so than the serial killer who was also on the match game.
What serial killer was on the match game?
I mean, I guess you didn't see the Netflix movie directed by, what is her name from Pitch Perfect?
No, that wasn't the match game. You're talking about Press Your Luck. Oh, no, you're talking about the dating game.
I'm talking about the dating game. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah. Richard Dawson wasn't on the dating game.
Yeah.
He would have done well on it.
He had Charles Nelson Riley on
Yeah.
Right? And Jack Klugman's wife, Brett.
Okay.
Gosh, can't remember her last name. But, I mean, that's what he was known for. So then when he was in a big movie, that was a huge deal.
Yeah.
And I emphasize how much Richard Dawson was integral to the enjoyment and sort of the draw for an audience for that original Running Man. And there is not that in this.
Okay, I'm going to throw this out at you. And again, this is with the preface that Coleman Domingo is the best thing in this movie by
Absolutely.
far. By far. He is fantastic. If the movie had his tone all the way through, it's a much better, more commercial movie. He's great.
Yeah.
But the original Running Man, Richard Dawson, host of Family Feud, plays the host in the movie. Big draw for that movie, or reason people love it now. If instead of Coleman Domingo,
Say it.
this movie, The Running Man, had Steve Harvey
Yes.
as the host.
Yes. 1,000 times yes.
1,000 times yes. How much bigger is that opening weekend box office?
Steve Harvey playing a villain.
Yes.
I mean, that's what Dawson did.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that is what you do. And if this Wright, what's his name? Edgar Wright?
Edgar Wright, yeah.
He better have gone to Steve Harvey first.
He didn't.
And Steve Harvey turning it down.
You know he didn't, because Edgar Wright, and listen, I travel the world. I just vacationed in Japan. You know this. Edgar Wright from the UK, he isn't recognizing the huge popularity of Steve Harvey's Family Feud. He has no idea that in every hospital waiting room in America, every single one, every patient room where people are unconscious in a bed, every one of those TVs has Steve Harvey's Family Feud playing on a loop.
Yeah.
On whatever your Channel 9 is in your city, in your hospital, that is what's playing over and over again. People are watching this by the millions. Steve Harvey, gigantic star in the States. Guarantee Edgar Wright had no idea about any of this. No idea about Richard Dawson in the first movie and how big the Family Feud aspect of the first movie was. He had no idea.
But then why didn't he have Jimmy Carr, who is a big UK presenter host? That
wouldn't have helped him.
But what I'm saying is, like, he just didn't even go with what made that interesting, which is a host of a game show being the main antagonist.
Yeah, I think it had to be Family Feud. And again, it's tough to say this because Coleman Domingo was the best part of this movie. He is a better actor than Steve Harvey. I think we could safely say that, right? Coleman Domingo is a better actor than Steve Harvey.
I haven't watched the Steve Harvey show in a very long time, so I'm going to say yes, just because I can make the assumption.
But as a movie star, we could say, as a movie actor,
yes,
we could say that. Coleman Domingo is a better actor, but for the gimmick, you go with what worked the first time. You find your current host of the Family Feud, and you have, especially again, when it's Steve Harvey, who's such a big star here in the States.
Yeah.
And him playing a villain would have been a huge hook.
It's also the problem of taking a dumb idea too seriously, which I think is what has happened with most movies now. Like, things that are dumb have to be treated as not dumb.
Yes.
And we saw that with superhero movies. We see it sometimes in video game movies. Not necessarily, I mean, Minecraft, I didn't see the movie, and I'm not saying it's dumb, but I'm saying, at least from what I saw of that movie, it had the spirit of, well, this is all sort of ridiculous, right?
CJ wasn't a metaphor for grief.
No.
In a Minecraft movie. They didn't make, Minecraft movie, they're actually going into their own psychosis about loss.
Yeah, yeah.
And dealing with childhood trauma.
Yeah.
It was just a CJ. I won't say it because I don't want you to have to throw your water bottle, so I won't say. But Minecraft movie knew what it was. I almost think with some of these concepts, do the Steve Harvey test of think about your concept and say, would it make sense for me to have Steve Harvey play the lead or the antagonist in this movie? If the answer is yes, then you gotta just go with that tone for this entire movie. And that's what The Running Man, you asked the question, could Steve Harvey be the second lead of this movie? The answer for that is yes.
Yeah.
It should be. And therefore,
so write your movie around that.
Write your movie around the fact that even if you don't cast Steve Harvey, that if you could, then that is the type of movie you need to be making.
Yes.
And that is the problem with The Running Man. All right, so
Here we go.
What
everybody's been waiting for. Wicked for Good.
Here we go.
150. Now, I said 154.
You did.
So I was closest.
Yeah, I said 180, but we were at that point. Once you're above 100 million, 110 million, it's...
What does 30 million matter?
Exactly.
I think it will bear out what I said is that this will hold really well over the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that there are people that are going to be out of school and going with groups, going with families. A 150 start is amazing. For this.
Amazing. I mean, I think the day-by-days on this movie on Monday and especially Tuesday, because these schools nowadays, these kids are never in school.
Yeah. They're never in school.
By Tuesday, Thanksgiving's a Thursday. By Tuesday, I think these schools are starting to close down, or it's half a day, and then Wednesday they're probably off. I think these day-by-days are going to be out of control, and people are going to be skipping work. People don't go to work no more. They go to school. Tuesdays,
people go to Japan for 2 weeks and just like abandoning their podcasts.
If only I could be back there again. But
are you missing Kyoto?
I am missing Kyoto.
Everybody misses Kyoto.
You get sad right before you leave. You get very sad that
you get sad. No, you get sad the moment you get there because you know you're going to have to leave.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sad now knowing that the next time I go, you'll have to leave. Yeah. But
so you have long Kyoto.
I have long Kyoto. Yeah. Yeah. I have infinity Kyoto.
Yeah.
So I think the next week, this movie is just going to clean up day-by-days. Obviously, Zootopia 2s are going to come in. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to coexist, even though they're both going after family audience and maybe a more female audience. I think those movies are just going to
also, Zootopia is going to be more for the little kids. Than Wicked is.
Yeah. So
I think Wicked could be scary.
Okay.
For really little kids.
Kids are going.
Really little kids.
Well, like 2-year-olds.
Yeah, like infants who just came out of the womb. If they saw a flying monkey, they'd be scared.
Yeah, they would be scared. But I think a 2-year-old, they're being brought to a Fast and Furious movie at a 9:00 showing. That's a movie for a 2-year-old, not Wicked or Zootopia. I think, that's where you bring a 2-year-old.
Mm-hmm. So
I am just so elated that it there was never a scenario where this bombed or, but there was this scenario. It's like, oh, it only did 117 and
a little bit better than the first one.
Yeah.
Or it's like right at where the studio was saying it would be 135, which would not have been a disappointment, but it would have been a little, I don't know, what's going on?
Yeah.
Now we know what's going on.
Yeah, we know we got another phenomenon. I mean, it's the second biggest opening of the year after a Minecraft movie.
Yeah. Do you want to go through all of these records?
Oh, you have got the article of I mean, Anthony D is for Disney D. Alessandro. He just went on a spree of articles on Deadline today.
So, biggest global domestic opening for a movie based on a Broadway show. Wow. So that's more than Cats.
Wow.
More than Les Mis.
Oh, take that, Taylor Swift.
More than, what is that?
Rent.
Urinetown.
More than... Did Urinetown get a proper theatrical...
movie?
Yeah.
It must have. When I first moved to the city, everybody was talking about Urinetown.
That was big, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. You know what? If that doesn't exist...
Wait, Rosario Dawson was in Rent, not... The Rent movie, not Urinetown.
She was in Rent. She wasn't in Urinetown.
Okay, sorry. So that might have been my confusion.
The Urinetown IP could still be made into a theatrical movie.
Yeah.
And listen, maybe we're the guys to play it. To direct and star in the Urinetown movie.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the B.O. Boys.
That's
could be
the
gimmick. Yeah.
Biggest global domestic opening for Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
Okay.
Well, okay. So here's a few here that we don't need to say. It was the biggest first day of domestic box office for a Broadway musical.
Okay.
Biggest preview for Broadway musical.
Okay. He's
No,
getting really granular now.
biggest opening ever at November domestic box office for a movie musical.
Okay.
Second biggest opening at the 2025 domestic box office,
Yep.
which is big.
Only behind Minecraft movie.
Head of Lilo and Stitch, and yep. And then second biggest opening for Universal all-time domestic box office.
Here's second biggest domestic opening prior to the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah.
Only thing that beat it was J-Law with the Hunger Games Catching Fire movie.
Well, here's one you'll love. Second biggest global promotional partner campaign ever for a Hollywood studio at $330 million.
I mean, we're going to talk about this. What a feat of marketing this has been, and promotional partnerships for Wicked. I love that. I love seeing it quantified in one big lump sum. $330 million in promotional partnerships.
400 partners.
400 partners. Wow. I just have to, adjust myself there after hearing that. 400 partners. And there's movies and movie studios out there that look at that and they feel kind of grossed out. They're like, how could
It's
you
too
have
many
so
partners.
many partners?
Yeah.
We're a movie that, listen, Nuremberg is probably a movie that we only had one partner.
Yeah.
One promotional partner.
Mm-hmm.
Some movies, okay, we'll do two partners. And then you get Wicked. And it's out there with 400 promotional partners.
Well, see, how do you
is
feel?
how it should be.
But
You
how?
only live once. If you're a movie, you only get to open once. And then it's over.
But
why not have multiple promotional partners?
There's multiple partners and there's 400 partners. Let's just be clear.
Once you get past a certain number, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I still think if I'm partner 399,
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's a lot of partners ahead of me. And then you're the 400th partner? I guess the 400th partner is better because it's the last partner.
Right.
And you could think they stopped with me because I'm so great.
Well, some companies,
but if you're 399,
Mhm.
you're like, that's a lot of partners ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many is going to be behind me either.
But some companies would say, I don't want to be anyone's first promotional partner, and I don't want to be anyone's last promotional partner.
Okay.
That's a
First one is a
philosophy.
lot of pressure.
The first, but that's why you go with McDonald's or Cadillac as your first promotional partner, because they know what they're doing.
Yes.
That's a good way to break in as a first promotional partner.
Yeah.
His McDonald's Happy Meal.
You know what you're going to get. You can
Yeah.
trust them. They're not fly by night.
Their first time as a promotional partner.
They'll protect your movie.
Yeah. And then by number 399, then it's like, sure, it's Wet Wipes is my promotional partner.
Or it's like some crypto scam.
Right.
At
Well,
that
that's true. When you're doing
you're just like too exhausted to
400.
say no to a partner at that point.
Right. So that's how you got to live. If you're a movie, just have so many promotional partners.
Yeah.
Because then it's weekend 2 when it's over.
Yeah.
And then you're never going to look back in regret at having had another promotional partner.
Yeah.
You're only going to regret the promotional partners that you didn't take on. Yeah, I love it. I love this. 400. Wow, that is a huge number.
Yeah.
That is a huge number of promotional partners.
It's a lot to take on.
It is. But you know what? Wicked is big enough. As we saw, 150 million domestic. Wicked is big enough to satisfy 400 promotional partners.
Mm-hmm.
They're all leaving this opening weekend feeling
Satisfied.
good, feeling satisfied. They got what they came for sure.
So then, if just quickly, third highest opening weekend for a movie musical of all time at the domestic box office, under The Lion King and
Remake.
Beauty and the Beast.
And so those are the live action quote unquote remakes.
Yes. And then third highest opening weekend at November box office after Black Panther Wakanda Forever and Hunger Games Catching Fire. And fourth biggest global Hollywood movie opening of 2025.
So right now It had the second biggest domestic opening weekend of the year
Yeah.
after Minecraft movie. Do we think it will slide down to 3 in a couple of weeks? Or, and I'm starting to feel like it's going to hold and Wicked will stay number 2. Avatar Fire and Ash
Mm-hmm.
is not going to open as big as Wicked. I'm not betting against Big Jim. I think long range, it's going to be the biggest movie of the year.
Yeah.
But I could see Fire and Ash not hitting 150 opening weekend.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, that's what we've realized with these Avatar movies is that you do have the hardcores who have only lived in Navi or whatever. I don't know what's the Navi are the people.
The Navi of the people.
People.
Unobtainium land?
Wherever it is.
Wherever it
they
is.
still live there. Oh, Pandora.
Pandora, of course.
They still live in Pandora.
Not Spotify. They live in Pandora.
No, they live in Pandora.
Yeah.
Fuck Spotify. They live in Pandora.
Yeah.
And so they are going to go immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Their whole life revolves around waiting for these movies.
Yeah.
And then the general public, even though the second one did Bobo and everybody loved it and people were into it, they're still going to have to come around to it again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I had to do.
Yes.
And so I think we're, I don't know how you feel. I'm not super psyched about it.
Okay.
But I knew we had to get tickets because I knew as soon as I sat down in that seat and put those 3D glasses on, I was going to be too psyched about it.
Yeah.
And I knew that about myself.
Yeah.
And I think
that's what aging is about learning these things about yourself and your body.
Yeah.
And you know that even though you don't feel that way now, you will be excited for Avatar 3 on opening day.
I will. You will have to restrain me from diving into the Hudson River because I want to live in water. You might listen. I might try to jump into a fire because now this movie's about fire and ash, and I might want to live in the fire. So you might have to worry about that.
Yeah. Yeah, we may.
The main thing is that
I may have to ask your landlord to turn off your gas for the week after you see Avatar 3.
Fire and ash, baby.
Yeah. Because you will turn that stove on and do something you shouldn't do.
But the main thing is that I am your responsibility. These
well,
movies
that's why
make,
I'm going to call your landlord and tell him
these movies make me your responsibility. And so, but I think that's going to be the same pattern.
Yeah.
Wicked, it's a phenomenon, and people know what they're going to get. They know that they love them, and I think Avatar just is this weird switch you have to switch on in your brain. And we're going to see that bear out with the third one.
Yeah. So Wicked may hold on to be the number 2 opening weekend of the year. Yeah, this has been so. Looking at the demos for this, pretty much the exact same split, male female, as you had the first opening weekend. It is 68% female, 32% male. First one I think was 70-30, so you have, I guess, a slightly higher percentage of men coming out to this one. But this one is, I mean, listen, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Wicked for Good is a good old-fashioned, get the girls together, we're all going out.
And get the people together.
But I mean, if we're looking at the demos,
yeah, we're looking at the demos.
The demos, 68% women. This was and a giant movie like this, everyone's going to see it.
Yes,
but it's the thing we've been saying. I mean, you've been saying it forever, but a couple of years ago, you had Barbie, biggest movie of the year, full-on phenomenon, and it doesn't seem like Hollywood immediately took that lesson of
let's make movies for women. Yeah.
Last year, Wicked, one of the biggest movies of the year. Wicked 2 now is that. I think it's make these event movies for. You don't need to make Running Man.
No. Spend that money on nicer dresses for the background actors in Wicked.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just the money is there. Go after the money. Make these big event movies that a female audience could say, we're getting the girls together. We're going out for the night. And that's what Wicked for Good has done. And again, everyone's going to see it. A movie this big. But it does make me look ahead a little because the new trailer came out. It's not gonna be Wicked, huh?
Huh? Oh,
But
Devil Wears Prada too.
I mean that one's gonna be huge. I was just thinking a little more, just a little closer now. Wuthering Heights. Does that have any chance of being not obviously not a Wicked, not a Barbie,
No,
but
because it's
but
it's made by a maniac in a good way.
in a good way? Yeah, we love. I mean, it could. You don't think that could be
No,
a smaller scale for the ladies event movie in February? It's coming out Valentine's weekend.
that's a good placement for it.
I know the big, bold, beautiful, long journey didn't do business, but like Margot Robbie is still Barbie.
Yeah.
Jacob Elordi,
Frankenstein.
he's Frankenstein. They love this monster.
I
Again, I'm not saying it's gonna be Wicked, huh?
Yeah, and I'm not judging it on that. I just think it's going to be too weird, and I think it's not going to give people what they want.
Okay. The rumor now is that it's from the perspective of someone who's imagining themselves in Wuthering Heights. That's what I've been hearing is the device of this Wuthering Heights. I don't know if that's true.
Where were you hearing this then?
It's out there. It's out in the ether. Emerald Fennell has sort of hinted at that in some interviews recently.
Okay.
So it could be a Princess Bride situation. It could be a Fred Savage being read a book by his grandfather.
Or Fred Savage now could be the person reading that book.
Yeah, he could be reading Wuthering Heights to his granddaughter, possibly. I don't want to put out there that that's definitely the plot device of Wuthering Heights, but it's not off the table.
If this movie opens with Fred Savage talking to his granddaughter who's sick in bed,
yeah,
then you got something.
I think that's
You got something for me.
You got something for you, but that's not the lesson we want to get from Barbie, from Wicked for Good. I don't think that's a girls' night out way to open your movie. Fred Savage, elderly man, fully decrepit,
Yeah.
wheeled in to read Wuthering Heights to his granddaughter.
Possibly only like 5 or 6 years older than us.
Right. But still decrepit and yeah. I don't think that's a girls' night, sort of like, you loved Wicked, now here's this version of Wuthering Heights. But Emerald Fennell, listen, you got grave humping in the last movie. It could be Fred Savage is the wraparound for Wuthering Heights. I don't know. I haven't seen it. So
I don't have a lot of faith in Margot Robbie as anything but Barbie in this moment.
Wow.
I've said this several times.
Still, every time I hear it, it's shocking every time. But let's see, Wicked for Good, highest grossing location. Let's see if you can guess it. What's the highest grossing U.S. theater for Wicked for Good?
AMC Lincoln, baby.
Yep, AMC Lincoln, followed by AMC Empire. So New York, back to back, and you can see on my shirt here, repping New York, of course. And then AMC Universal City Walk in L.A.
Where was Burbank?
Burbank it looks like 5th.
Okay. Slacking out there.
Well, number 4, AMC Orlando Disney Springs. So the home of Disney doing big numbers for Wicked. Here's a thing that I think people seem to forget, because you think Wicked, Wizard of Oz, huge sort of like family IP movie. Surely this was a Disney movie. This is Universal.
Yeah.
This is Universal. It feels like a Disney movie, and I think in a way that Disney used to make great movies that weren't just superhero movies or remakes of their own movies.
Yeah.
But this is Universal doing the Disney thing better than Disney does it. And yet the people in Orlando, Disney, they went in droves to see Wicked.
Yeah.
So here I bring that up because a very interesting promotional partnership. Because one of those 400 promotional partners for Universal and Wicked was the Walt Disney Company.
How so?
Walt Disney was a partner in this movie. Is one of 400 partners. ESPN SportsCenter, which is owned by Disney,
Mm-hmm.
was one of the partners. And see, that's the thing about all these.
Do we know where they were in the rotation?
They
don't give a number of where
They don't give a number, but I do think ESPN was one of the first 10 to 20 partners. And that's the thing. I mean, you're hearing this, and you're hearing ESPN was one of the partners. I mean, come on.
Stephen A. Smith.
That's getting you somewhere right now. So
did Stephen A. Smith dress up like Glenda the Good Witch?
He dressed like Glenda the Good Witch. He was eating his Cheetos.
Cheetos, yeah, of course.
So he had the orange fingers, licking the orange fingers as it is Glenda outfit.
Yeah.
So ESPN SportsCenter, they discussed NFL trends and whether those trends were wicked for good or for bad. And they did this in front of a pink and green Wicked set. This is on ESPN.
Yeah.
ESPN, which is owned by Disney, was just one of the partners. And they dressed the set up.
Wow.
For Wicked, when they got to be a partner.
See, you can fault Disney for a lot of things, but I like this because it is, we are now, and for a long time, been in this sort of atmosphere of if people go see Wicked, they might assume it's a Disney movie, and if they really like it, they'll then see the next Disney movie.
Yes.
So if you do confuse people,
yes,
it's not bad
because
that people would think this is a Disney movie because it's only positive for Disney.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you can get in bed with a movie that is doing what you used to do better, then the next thing you come out with is going to do better.
Right. Because people think, oh, I loved Wicked for good. It must have been, it was a Disney movie clearly because they promoted it on ESPN, which is a subsidiary of the Walt Disney Company.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to love this new Disney movie.
Yeah.
That is a thing people will think. That wasn't the only promotional partner from Walt Disney.
Did they drop a house on Mickey?
That might be like the 300th partnership.
Okay.
ABC and their show Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, I heard about this, which is being watched more this year than it has been in 10 years.
Wow. So that as far as partners go, Dancing with the Stars is bigger and girthier than ever.
Well, you know who was on it? Andy Richter.
Wow. Okay. Why?
And
as a star. He's
as
considered a star.
Yeah, he's a star. Andy Richter's a star.
Yeah. Okay.
And Danielle Fisher, official of Boy Meets World.
That's a big
Topanga.
cast. That's a great cast.
She was on it.
So in this partnership, Dance with the Stars on ABC, which is of course owned by Disney, they did a full episode integration. They took a full episode.
Mm-hmm.
They took it all. And John M. Chu was the guest judge. There was an opening number choreographed by Christopher Scott, who I guess is the choreographer for Wicked. And every dance was set to songs from the world of Wicked.
Nice.
And this was Dancing with the Stars' biggest audience of adults 18 to 34, Clayton, since 2015.
I said that.
2015. But just to see that year out there. Generated 57 million TikTok views in only 24 hours. That's so over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Those TikTok views. This is a great argument for studio polyamory when it comes to brand partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Disney, they could have said, Wicked's on our movie. We can't be a brand partnership with Universal.
We don't want it to do well.
We don't want
We want it to fail.
No. But instead they opened up the promotional marriage.
Yeah.
And said, let's integrate together.
Yeah.
Let's just do it in front of our biggest audience. And they filmed it too. They didn't just integrate together. They filmed it and put it out there on their biggest audience in 10 years.
Yeah.
And I love it.
That's great.
I love it. 400 partners, and maybe Dancing with the Stars was the best one of all of them.
Yeah.
That's
It
outstanding.
definitely was the most sustained motion.
I mean, all those TikTok views, all that dancing.
Yeah, I don't think
A
any
lot
other
up and
promotional
down.
partners were able to, writhe as much.
Yes. Of all the Wicked promotional partners, this was the most writhing.
Yeah.
Disney's Dancing with the Stars. I love it. I love
It would have
to
been a
see
hard
it.
act to follow, though. So I do worry. I do feel a little bit bad about the promotional partner that had to directly follow Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
That'd be tough.
Like Skechers being next.
Yeah, and they're like, well, how do we compete with that?
How do we compete with that?
Yeah.
But
And they're like, let's just make a green shoe and then just
But you know what? If that's
step out of line.
If that's all you got, be proud of that.
Here's a green shoe and a pink shoe, and they're Skechers.
Okay.
Wicked for good.
It's still something.
It is.
It's still something. And,
Yeah.
you can't ask for too much.
No.
Yeah, I love it. So I think that was a huge part of why this got to 150 is all these promotional partners. So listen, I started the episode by thanking the cast and crew of Wicked. I'm going to look right into camera and say, thank you, promotional partners. Thank you, all 400 promotional partners, for making this weekend what it was.
I wish there was a list.
I know. Would you pay just to see the list? Pay, if it was behind a paywall, you could see the list just one by one.
I think that's the most pressing list.
Yeah.
For us right now.
Yeah.
Is to see the the list.
Hashtag release the list of promotional partners for Wicked.
But not just who they are. When they went in line.
And what they did.
That's what I need to know. Because a list of products is one thing, like Clorox.
Yeah.
But where was Clorox compared to McDonald's? What were they doing? I want to know this.
Do you think one of the promotional partners was Bubba Gum Shrimp? Do you think that was on the list of promotional partners? Do you think Wicked and Bubba got together? Bubba Gum Shrimp.
Well, after the Dancing with the Stars and the ESPN bombshell, I wouldn't see why not.
Yeah.
Bubba Gump.
Yeah. Listen, Anthony.
The crawfish is Wicked faux good.
Yeah.
They might have done that.
Yeah.
I haven't been to one of those in years.
I mean, I'm sure there's one still in Times Square. Do we, after this recording, head over to the Bubba Gum Shrimp Company in Times Square and see if there is a Wicked-themed menu, Wicked-themed fish?
Yeah. Ruby slippers on the ground. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Because, that would be a huge revelation if Bubba is on the list.
Yeah.
Gum Shrimp, of course.
Well, if you were behind the promotional partnerships for Wicked, there'd be no reason not to release the list to us because we would read them off. And that would be even more promotion for the partners.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Unless you're ashamed of when you went in line, which,
don't be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed.
If you're SpaghettiOs and you're 210th on the list of Wicked,
and all you brought to the table was the SpaghettiOs were witch hats.
Yeah, that would be.
And the can is green.
Yeah, most of these promotional
it's just making things green.
Is making things green.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Maybe they made the sauce in SpaghettiOs green.
Yeah. Hey, and that's probably a lot of work to make fake tomato sauce green and not have it kill the kids who eat it.
Yeah.
That's worth something. Be proud of that.
Be proud of
that. That's
that.
why you're on the list. Be proud. So all these promotional partners, be proud that you're on the list.
Yeah.
That is our main thing when it comes to this list, is if you're on it, be proud
Be
of it.
proud of it.
Yeah. So hashtag release the list of promotional partners for Wicked. We'll read them on the show.
Unless you're Wendy's. I don't deal with Wendy's. I don't like their whole attitude.
Okay.
So we'll redact that one. If Wendy's is a partner, sorry, redacted.
Wow. So you're redacting Dave.
Yeah.
Dave from Wendy's. And what if he appears multiple times on the list?
Redact all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're into redaction when it comes to this list.
I think, how I stand with Wendy's. I think they're glib.
Yeah.
I don't like how they threaten Katy Perry's life. I know Katy Perry is not a movie star,
Huh?
but
They didn't. Well, Wendy's social media didn't threaten her life.
they said, "I hope you die.
They said, I hope
You die in the vacuum of space.
in the vacuum of space.
I
But
hope you are stranded in the vacuum of space." Do the math, Pat.
But
what
it's not-
happens when you never come back from space? You know what
live in
happened
space,
to
we don't
George
know.
Clooney? You know what happened to George Clooney in the
Gravity.
Gravity?
Yeah.
He's
walked
fine.
off. He walked off.
He
We don't
walked.
know.
Okay, he's fine. He's fine. So they wanted to do what happened to George Clooney to Katy Perry,
Yeah.
and you're gonna promote them on our show.
If they're a promotional partner, but you're gonna just
Redact it.
Black
Big
marker.
black marker. No way.
redact.
I won't mention that name.
Okay. But now the thing is, I'll know, and that's the thing about.
Well, then I'll redact a few other ones just so you don't know.
Okay, that's what you're gonna have to do because
Then I'll get a little marker.
when you just redact the same name over and over again in a list, then people know. Okay, we know the redacted name is Wendy's.
Yeah.
So that's the problem if you just keep redacting that one.
Well, then
name.
I'll redact Spanx.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm not
Okay.
saying I'm going to redact Spanx, but maybe Spanx.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Jansport, you're going to redact just to throw me off the scent
Yeah.
of the person who you're really hiding, which is
Yeah.
Wendy's.
Redact Jansport green backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that the thing with the Jansport being a promotional partner is
They already have a green backpack.
they've been
so
making
they
green
didn't do
backpacks
anything.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they just had to tell Wicked, oh yeah, we made you a green backpack.
Yeah.
And then they're turning around, it's like we got thousands of these.
Yeah, we
things.
got and
No,
we
it's
can't
fine.
sell them. And
Yeah.
now, this is great.
Yeah.
We're unloading all these backpacks.
Yeah. God, I can't wait. I think we're gonna get our hands on this list. I don't think they could hide this promotional partner list for that much longer.
Somebody who watches the show on YouTube, because we're YouTubers, hey guys, has the list.
Yes.
And
We have powerful people who listen to the show.
we have a lot of snitches
Yeah.
that watch this show.
Yeah, a lot of rats,
Yeah.
snitches, lowlifes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have their hands-
Whistleblowers.
Yes, whistleblowers. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If you've got the list, we're saying this right into camera. If you've got the list, release the list, or don't just throw it on the internet. Send it to us first so we can monetize it, read it on the show.
Yeah.
But send us the list of Wicked promotional partners.
Yeah.
The complete list, unredacted. I guess we'll redact it.
Yeah, it will be an in-house redaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
Pat, but we do have some business to take care of.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about Wicked for Good a lot in the next
Yes.
couple of weeks. So you want to move on to? Do you want to move on to this email from
Yeah.
Anthony?
I think we have to.
Okay, so the great Anthony,
Yes.
longtime listener, viewer, live show in LA attender.
Mm-hmm.
Love this guy. So he wrote, subject Brett Arnold's legacy. Because you are YouTubers, hey guys.
Hey guys.
Well, it's nice to have the prodigal son return. I was so on board with the co-host chair being permanently filled by Brett Arnold until, and I think we all know where I'm going with this, Fishgate.
Mm-hmm.
Brett had it. I mean, he had it. It was his. Game over. A new tomorrow on the horizon. It's hard to articulate if you weren't there, but I could see in real time the light dim from Clayton's eyes through his sunglasses until it became nothing more than a cosmic void. I had to pull over to the side of the road and take a moment to process what just happened. Eddie Murphy lost the Oscar for doing Norbert. Howard Dean lost the nomination.
Norbit.
Norbit, not Norbot.
We speak your name.
We speak your name, Norbit. Back to the email. Howard Dean lost the nomination for yelling "Yee-haw." And now Brett Arnold lost the B.O. Boys co-host chair with his fish story. This is even worse than the Pokemon Go to the polls. Now, if you excuse me, I'm Pokemon going to cry. Smell you at the B.O. And welcome back, Pat.
Yeah.
From
You're just adding that to all of these emails, I'm assuming.
It's on there.
Okay, well,
I know you're probably going to try and redact anytime people say, welcome back, Pat. We're glad to have you, Pat. Thank God you're here to save the show, Pat.
I don't need to redact it from the emails because they're not in the emails. You're just making that
the
up.
ones that don't have it, you've redacted it
Yeah,
from.
sure.
But anyway, Anthony did say that. All to say, Anthony, he is saying something that's been said on the show the last few weeks.
We've gotten Apple Podcast reviews saying the same thing. 5 stars, of course.
5 stars. Yeah, we did get one. Let me see if I could find this real quick. We got a Apple Podcast review. Here it is. So this was one left a week ago. Subject of the podcast review is A34. 5 stars. That's the most important thing. And this reviewer says, I feel like Brett from The New Flesh had the co-host spot in the bag. Then with less than a couple of minutes left in the episode, he revealed himself to be a big fish guy and blew it. Review by Matt. 5 stars.
Yeah, I mean, this is the consensus here.
Yeah.
And we reached out to Brett to give him a chance to apologize for what is being dubbed Fishgate, which, if I'm putting on my tinfoil hat for a moment, can I?
Of course.
You can't stop me.
I mean, it's always under your baseball cap.
Yes. There's hair.
Yeah.
Tons of hair.
Yeah.
Lots of hair.
Okay.
Long flowing hair.
Yeah.
And then foil.
Yep.
And then the ball cap.
And then the Steelers.
There's a lot going on under there.
Yeah.
Well, on the surface. Underneath, there's really not that much going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of hats that you wear to make
But
up
inside
for
the noggin, it's sort of just rattling around a little bit.
Yeah.
So we said, will you apologize? Send us a message.
Mm-hmm.
And
we gave him a chance to do a mea culpa.
I'm
sorry for saying I was a fish fan.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry for being a fish fan. Like, I think he already has said that he's not going to, I don't think he can deny at this point. I think he needs to say, I'm sorry that I was ever a fish fan. That's what I think our audience is looking for.
He needs to say, I am sorry, unequivocally.
Yes.
He needs to use the word unequivocally. I unequivocally apologize for having been a fish fan. And he needs to continue with, and I will do better.
Yes.
That is what people needed to hear from Brett. I will do better. I will stop going to fish shows, listening to their trading bootlegs, listening to these 4-hour improvised albums. I will do better. I will stop.
I will not purchase any Trey Anastasio solo projects.
Yes. Brett needs to say, I will stop platforming fish.
Yes.
Which is what he did.
He platformed fish. Yes.
He came on to our show.
Our show. Well, my show at the time, now your show because Brett fumbled the bag.
Exactly. So it's back to being our show.
On a technicality, yes.
And he came onto our show and he platformed fish.
Yes.
That's aside from, he's got multiple other shows. He's got the New Flesh podcast. He's got Roger and Me, a Roger Ebert podcast. And I listen to those shows. He's platforming fish on those shows as well. And that should have been part of this mea culpa. Mea culpa is, I will do better. I will stop platforming fish. And he didn't do that.
He didn't. And I do. And again, like I was going to say, tinfoil, I do think that a lot of this talk is to try to distract from the Tokyo tape.
What was that?
See, there we go. So I think this could be a psyop.
All I know about is the two things that I know are big stories are, of course, the list of promotional partners for Wicked. So hashtag release the list. We're all talking about that. And, of course, Fishgate. Those are the stories.
Here's what I'll say, and I'm going to say this direct to camera. I never do this.
Yeah.
834, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. 834.
Is that? Are those numbers on the
that
list?
You know what that is. That is the length of the Tokyo tape. It will never be forgotten, and there will be chants in the streets, 834, 834. We will talk about Fishgate, but do not forget 834. Do not forget the Tokyo tape.
I mean, is this something that
this is unconscionable right now, and I'm not gonna play this game with you, okay? Because we will have many more.
Is this like a Gumbert childhood thing that you're talking about?
Don't say my last name. I'm redacting that.
Is this an 834 something that happened when you were 8 years old and something that happened
for 34 minutes?
For 34 minutes. Yeah, is that what that is?
No, we talked about your Tokyo tape for 31 minutes. on the.
I mean, I know that you talked about me a lot when I wasn't here. That's very important. But this 834,
wow. Okay,
this
so this
Tokyo
is
tape.
gaslighting. Okay,
I'm just not following you.
let's get back to Fishgate.
Yeah, the
For
thing
now.
everyone's talking about.
For now, Brett did not send a voice note
No.
that is over 8 minutes. He sent a very brief text
Okay.
that said, Brett's team has advised him to refrain from commenting on the situation due to pending litigation regarding the promised co-host slot. This is from John Barron, his publicist. So not even from him. This is from John Barron.
Wow.
Well-known publicist John Barron.
Yeah. Is this one of those crisis PR publicists?
Yes.
Were they okay?
Yes.
So they come in after a disaster. This is like Johnny Depp has used this publicist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. And now
Balducci.
Brett has retained it. Balducci. Oh, this is the Justin Balducci publicist.
And let's just say John Barron, his brand is crisis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is what we got from Brett. I don't think that. I mean, listen, we've dealt with litigation from The Rock,
Right.
Dwayne Johnson.
And here we are.
And
The Rock is wherever he is, which is not in the best actor race.
So, Brett, listen, you want to be on our side, not on that side.
Right.
Right? You'd rather be, us than The Rock right now.
All it took was a mea culpa. But okay, so he's going this way. He is no comment due to pending litigation regarding the promised co-host.
Yeah,
slot.
I just read that. I absolutely just
No, but I mean,
read
it's
that.
just.
But you don't believe that you don't believe it.
No,
until you read it.
I believe it. I'm just saying, it's stunning that this is where we're at. That we're going there.
Yeah,
we're going there with Brett.
And he's standing with the Fish fans over the Wanna Be O Boys, Wanna Be O Girls, Wanna Be O people.
Yeah.
He's on the wrong side of history.
Yeah, he's in too deep. He might just be in too deep.
Don't give him that credit. Don't. No. There's no excuse at this point.
Oh, I'm the one who said what he should have said. He should have said that
it's 2025. We can no longer give grace to people who will not show grace the other way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Listen, here's the thing is the litigation is pending, but we're not lawyering up immediately. We're not lawyering up. If anything, we could defend ourselves and,
Yeah.
But
because that's a whole circus, and we want it to be a circus.
Oh, yes.
The trial would be a circus.
The trial would have there would have to be a camera
Fathom
from
event.
B.O. Boys Media.
Yeah.
That streams it directly onto our YouTube channel.
Yeah, because we're YouTubers.
We're YouTubers. Hey, guys. And that is the only way I'm stepping into that court is if one of our cameras with one of our camera people is back of the room and set us up. We want a dolly. We want a steady cam. We want multiple cameras in there. Like we're really, this is not going to be your normal.
We need an aerial, so they're going to have to take the roof off of the courthouse.
Yes. Drones. We want drone shots.
Yeah.
So that is a prerequisite to any court
And you want toilet
appearance.
cams, I know that, but they won't probably give us those, but you'll ask.
Well, I won't even ask.
Okay.
They'll be there.
Okay.
And we'll have the drones, the steady cams, the cranes, the toilet cams.
Yep. Chuck Berry specials.
Handheld. We're gonna Soderbergh this. We're gonna have one of our.
Oh, Soderbergh will be there with the latest iPhone.
Oh yeah. Because this is gonna be a huge project for him. He wants to get in on this. This will be the first.
Well, he's gonna do the megadoc sort of treatment of the behind the scenes. Yeah, about the trial.
Yeah. No, this is gonna be the first 12 camera shoot of a trial.
Yeah.
And it's all gonna be streamed to the B.O. Boys YouTube channel.
And then it's a Fathom event.
And then
it's got to make the big screen. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then we bring it all together. The best of is its own Fathom event because it has to be a 2-hour. But the full day-to-day, 6-month trial is going to be streamed on the B.O. Boys.
And then it'll be a doc that's a Fathom event that has what?
That has
what do all documentaries need?
Oh, it's going to have lyric videos, of
course.
Yeah. There will be lyric videos in the B.O. Boys versus Bret Arnold, the trial, the documentary,
The Fathom event.
the Fathom event with lyric videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is going to be huge. I'm so glad he's doing this.
Yes.
I'm so glad he's bringing this to
Start it
court
soon
on
so we can
40.
start getting promotional partners because we got to beat Wicked for good.
We've got to go 401.
401.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you'll get all the coverage of the B.O. Boys are taking on more promotional partners than anyone's ever had.
Mhm.
And it's all going to be the same day.
Yeah,
One day, over 400
That's the
promotional
difference.
partners.
Yeah, that's the difference is we do it all in one day.
We do it all in one day.
Yeah.
Back to back to back, promotional partner after promotional
Mhm.
partner. It's Cheetos, it's Cheerios.
It's Exxon. It's yeah.
Yeah, we take them all on. They're in a waiting room. You know, when assistant comes in, all right, now coming in next, it's Levi's.
Mhm.
Now coming in next, it's Underoos,
Yeah.
Oshkosh, Bagash. You know, they're in the waiting room. They're coming in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're breaking the record for promotional partners for this live stream of a trial. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing is you got so much to look forward to here on the B.O. Boys. So email us, theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts on the impending trial and all at Fishgate, of course, and hashtag release the list. Those are the two big things everyone's been talking about these last few weeks. Email us, theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. 5-star Apple podcast reviews, 5 stars. Put Fishgate in the subject. That's the thing, right? Fishgate, and then leave a review. Follow us on social media at the B.O. Boys Pod on Instagram and TikTok. Wanna B.O. Senior VP of Interns Christopher's killing it with the vertical clips, killing it at med school, killing
People.
people.
Yeah.
Not
it. People.
Follow, not it. He's killing people. Follow us, of course, at the B.O. Boys Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to Substack. And, of course, subscribe now more than ever to the YouTube channel because we are YouTubers. Hey guys. My advice is you got to subscribe now.
Get in line.
You don't want to be trying to subscribe to the YouTube channel when the trial starts.
Because, you will not get access.
It'll
be hard.
It'll be backed up. You'll be calling your local YouTube operator saying, I'm trying to subscribe. It's not letting me. And they're going to say, well, the trial started and we're all backed up.
Yeah.
We're all backed up. We've never had this kind of traffic. So you should have subscribed earlier. So that's why. Subscribe now to the YouTube channel. And that's it. I got nothing left.
Pat, you've said so much. You've denied even more.
Oh, yeah, of course.
834.
What?
And there's nothing left to be said.
There really isn't.
Except for,
Huh?
Until next time,
We'll smell you at the box office. Nailed it. Hey, guys.